Chapter 1. Welcome to the digital world. In the small town of Eastbrook, on a sunny summer afternoon, our protagonist, Alex, was hunched over their laptop, eyes wide with curiosity and excitement. Alex, a high school sophomore, was on the cusp of a significant rite of passage, joining the world of social media. For Alex, social media had always been an elusive, mesmerizing spectacle, watching their peers engrossed in their screens, exchanging smiles, laughter, and sometimes tears. Alex often wondered what it was like on the other side of the screen. Today, they were about to find out. With the eager anticipation of a scientist about to make a breakthrough, Alex navigated the sign-up page of the globally popular platform, MyFace. Alex carefully picked a username, something which would be their identity in this expansive digital world. As they clicked on the sign-up button, their heart pounded with anticipation. It was the digital equivalent of stepping through a magical portal. Once their profile was set up, Alex began exploring. It was a whirl of photos, status updates, comments, emojis, and shares. The constant stream of content was both overwhelming and exciting. Alex added a profile picture and filled out the About Me section, choosing their words with care, as if weaving a narrative for this new avatar of themselves. Next came the task of sending friend requests. With each click, they were building bridges, extending their reach into the labyrinth of the digital world. Alex marveled at the instant connections being made, the distances being reduced to mere clicks, and the instant gratification of seeing friend request accepted flash across their screen. But this was just the start of their journey. As the day turned into night, Alex was sucked further into the vortex of likes, comments, and shares. They posted their first status update, a quote they loved, and felt a jolt of joy when it got its first like. It was a new world indeed, a world where they were connected like never before. Little did Alex know, this was only the beginning, a beginning that would spiral into an unforgettable saga in their life, one that would lead them into the core of the social network dilemma. Days turned into weeks as Alex plunged deeper into the digital world. The initial thrill of discovery had given way to a relentless pursuit for validation. Their focus shifted from connecting with friends to obsessing over the number of likes, comments, and shares they received on each post. Every morning, the first thing Alex would do was reach for their phone, eyes squinting against the bright screen in the dim light of dawn. A habit had formed, a ritual they felt compelled to follow. Check notifications, reply to comments, and scrutinize the increase or decrease in followers. Every like was a triumph, every new follower a cause for celebration, and every unliked post a subtle stab at their self-esteem. Alex became a maestro of social media, carefully crafting each post to garner maximum likes. They analyzed the prime times to post, the type of content that drew the most engagement, and even the hashtags that trended. Photos were no longer just photos. They were potential like magnets, each one carefully edited and captioned. But with this growing obsession came an invisible chain of expectations. Each time Alex posted something, they'd watch their screen anxiously, waiting for the notifications to roll in. Every ding was a dopamine hit, every moment of silence, a creeping doubt. Were they not good enough? Interesting enough? Likeable enough? It was no longer about staying connected or sharing parts of their life. It had turned into a game, a quest for popularity and validation. Alex started equating their worth with their online popularity. Each like, comment, and share was a validation of their persona, their worthiness. The virtual world had cast its spell on Alex. They were no longer just a user. They were a willing captive, dancing to the tunes of likes and dislikes. As the first chapter of their digital life drew to a close, they were yet to comprehend the magnitude of the web they were entangled in. They were standing on the edge of a precipice, unaware of the tumble that lay ahead in their journey through the social network dilemma. Chapter 2. Living a Virtual Life. Just a few weeks into the school year, Alex, brimming with inspiration, decided to create a video. It was a simple, candid piece about their love for astronomy, complete with their homemade telescope and star maps. It was different from the usual fare on their feed, but felt more personal, more real. With a nervous heart and a shaking hand, Alex hit the upload button. The video was out there in the digital world, ready to be judged by the vast network of unseen peers. Alex anticipated a few encouraging comments from close friends, but was wholly unprepared for what followed. Overnight, the video went viral. When Alex checked their notifications the next morning, their feed was flooded. Thousands of likes, hundreds of shares, and countless comments praising their passion for astronomy. Their follower count had skyrocketed. Alex was dumbfounded, their heart pounding with a mix of joy and disbelief. This was an exhilarating new experience. They were the talk of the digital town, their video being shared across continents. Messages poured in from all over the world, people lauding their love for the stars, their courage for sharing something so personal. Alex was on cloud nine, the surge of popularity sending waves of joy through them. The high of going viral was unlike anything Alex had experienced. The once ordinary teenager was now a mini-celebrity in the virtual world. They reveled in the attention, the praise, the sudden influx of followers. The echo of their own thoughts, amplified 1,000 times by strangers on the internet, was intoxicating. In the blink of an eye, Alex's virtual life had transformed. They were now a viral sensation, a figure of admiration. It was a moment of triumph, a testament to the power of the digital world. Unbeknownst to them, this newfound fame would become a double-edged sword in their journey through the social network dilemma. With the adrenaline rush of the viral video still coursing through their veins, Alex found themselves in a new and heady world of popularity. Their social media profile was no longer just a means of connecting with friends. It had become a stage, a platform that thrummed with the potential for recognition and affirmation. Each post they made now carried the weight of expectation. They began to obsess over the numbers, the likes, the shares, the comments. Their heart would leap at the sight of a notification, and a sinking feeling would set in when a post didn't perform as well as they'd hoped. Alex began to craft their online persona meticulously, picking and choosing what to share based on what they thought would fetch more engagement. Their posts were no longer spontaneous but calculated, designed for maximum impact. The joy of sharing their life was replaced with the pressure of maintaining their online image. Gradually, they began tying their self-worth to their online popularity. Each like was a nod of approval, each positive comment a pat on the back, and each share a loud cheer. The numbers became a mirror of their value, a scorecard of their worth. When the numbers soared, so did their spirits. When they dipped, a sense of inadequacy crept in. Offline, Alex started distancing themselves from their friends and family, too engrossed in their online life. Their screen lit up their face more than genuine smiles, and the ping of notifications was more comforting than real conversations. The boundary between Alex's real and virtual life began to blur, with the latter taking precedence. As Alex spiraled further into the world of likes and dislikes, they unknowingly set themselves up for a hard fall. The very platform that uplifted them also held the power to break them. In their quest for digital validation, they were slowly losing their real self, setting the stage for the trials of the social network dilemma. Chapter 3. The Dark Side of the Screen. As summer turned into fall, Alex's relationship with social media had morphed into a love-hate affair. They still relished the likes and shares, but the pressure to stay popular was mounting. Their quest for online validation had made them more vulnerable than they realized. One ordinary Tuesday evening, while scrolling through their feed, a notification popped up, a comment on their latest post. Expecting another compliment or friendly banter, Alex clicked on the notification, but what they saw made their heart drop. It was a mean comment, laced with insults and mockery. Alex stared at the screen, their mind trying to process the sudden blow. But it didn't stop there. More comments started pouring in, each one more hurtful than the last. The digital world they had been fascinated by was turning against them. Alex felt a sense of betrayal. These were supposed to be friends, people who were supposed to support and encourage each other. But here they were, hiding behind their screens, throwing daggers of hurtful words. Alex deleted the post, but not before the harsh words had etched themselves into their heart. They were a victim of cyberbullying, a darker side of the digital world they had not seen before. The safe space they had cherished was now filled with anxiety and fear. Each notification was no longer a source of joy, but a potential threat. The fear of becoming a target again loomed over their every post, every comment. Days passed, and the incident left a deep scar on Alex. They started to second-guess every post, every photo. Their online popularity, which they once cherished, had become a source of fear. The laughter and joy that the digital world once brought them had been replaced by fear and uncertainty. The social network dilemma was showing its darker side, and for the first time, Alex questioned whether the thrill of the digital world was worth the pain. The love for social media was being eclipsed by the fear, the anxiety, and the harsh reality of the dark side of the screen. In the aftermath of the cyberbullying incident, Alex found themselves adrift in a sea of self-doubt and fear. The digital world that had once been their haven had turned hostile. Paradoxically, they still clung to it, desperately trying to regain the sense of acceptance they had once enjoyed. Rather than turning to their family or offline friends for support, Alex found themselves retreating more and more into their online shell. Their room became their fortress, their screen the only window to the outside world. The glow of the laptop screen replaced the warmth of friendly smiles, and the ping of new notifications replaced the comforting sound of real-life conversations. Alex started avoiding school, giving vague reasons about feeling unwell. Their parents were worried, their friends confused. But Alex kept them all at arm's length, holding on to the irrational belief that they could fix everything by themselves, within their digital realm. Their posts became infrequent, and their interactions limited to a select few who had stood by them during the cyberbullying incident. Alex spent countless hours scrolling through their feeds, watching others lead what seemed to be perfect lives. The disconnect between their online and offline worlds was growing, and so was their feeling of isolation. Lunches were eaten in the solitude of their room. Homework was done with half-hearted attention, and family movie nights were skipped with lame excuses. The teen who was once full of energy and laughter had become a shadow, their eyes bearing the weight of a worry their parents couldn't understand. The allure of the digital world had led Alex down a lonely path. It was a cycle of isolation, perpetuated by the very medium they had once loved. They were too entwined in the digital world to realize the damage it was causing to their real-world relationships. The dark side of the screen was isolating Alex, pushing them further away from their family and friends. As they tried to navigate their way through the murky waters of the social network dilemma, the need for a lifeline was becoming more apparent than ever. Chapter 4. A Struggle Within. As winter set in, so did a growing unease within Alex. The flurry of social media activity, the relentless pursuit of online validation, began to take a toll on their mental health. They were no longer the cheerful, lively teenager who had first stepped into the digital world with wide-eyed curiosity. Instead, they were caught in a maelstrom of self-doubt and anxiety. The screen, which once lit up their face with excitement, now often reflected the furrowed brows and tense expressions of a person burdened with undue stress. Every notification felt like a ticking bomb. Could it be another nasty comment, a friend unfollowing, or a post failing to meet the like threshold? Sleep eluded Alex. Nights were spent scrolling through feeds, overanalyzing every comment or planning the next post that could possibly outdo the last. They would wake up to the immediate anxiety of checking notifications, the morning sun often finding them hunched over their screen, a silhouette of worry against the breaking dawn. Their grades started to slip, the once vibrant social life began to fade, and the hobbies that once brought joy were now gathering dust. The guilt of neglecting their real life gnawed at Alex, but the pull of the online world was too strong. It was a tug of war, and they felt like a rope being pulled at both ends. Real-life conversations seemed dull compared to the thrill of online interactions. Family dinners turned into silent meals with Alex's attention glued to the phone screen. Their parents' concern was met with curt responses, their friends' efforts to reconnect brushed off with excuses. As the pressure mounted, so did the anxiety. Moments of joy were fleeting, quickly overshadowed by the dread of losing their online popularity. Alex was living under a cloud of fear, the fear of becoming irrelevant in the fast-paced digital world. The negative impact on their mental health was evident. What had started as a thrilling exploration of the digital realm had morphed into a relentless struggle within. Unbeknownst to Alex, they were in the grips of the social network dilemma, sinking deeper into the quicksand of online obsession. As the weeks wore on, the exhilaration of Alex's online popularity began to lose its luster. The likes, comments, and shares, once a source of joy, now seemed hollow, the messages of praise, superficial. Alex found themselves looking at their long list of online friends and questioning the authenticity of these relationships. The people who sent heart emojis on their posts were absent in times of need. The ones who loved their status updates were nowhere to be seen when Alex needed a shoulder to lean on. The digital world, once vibrant and engaging, felt more like a ghost town, populated by faceless entities driven by a cycle of likes and dislikes. Meanwhile, their real-life relationships were suffering. The familial warmth was replaced with cold exchanges at home. Their school friends, once a close-knit circle, were drifting away, replaced by pixels on a screen. Alex had traded the comfort of real companionship for the cold efficiency of online interactions, and the reality of this trade-off was beginning to sink in. The joy of sharing a laugh was replaced with sharing a meme. The thrill of a friendly hug was exchanged for the thrill of a viral post. As the disconnection between their online and offline world grew, Alex felt a pang of regret. They started to question their decisions, their obsession with the digital world, and the toll it was taking on their relationships. One day, as they scrolled through their feed, they found an old picture of their family outing, everyone smiling genuinely. No filters needed. A wave of nostalgia hit them. It was a stark reminder of the joy they had once derived from the simple pleasures of life, now buried under the weight of likes, comments, and shares. It was a wake-up call. Alex found themselves standing at a crossroads. One path led to the familiar but lonely world of social media popularity, the other to the uncertain but comforting realm of real-life connections. It was time to reevaluate their relationships, to reassess the balance between their online and offline lives. Little did they know, this introspection was the first step towards untangling themselves from the complex web of the social network dilemma. Chapter 5. Breaking Free. The realization that they were losing themselves to the digital world was like a bucket of cold water over Alex. The once charming realm of social media now seemed like a prison, one that they had willingly walked into. The urge to break free from its grasp was growing. So on a quiet Sunday morning, Alex made a decision. They would take a break from social media, a digital detox. It was a daunting thought. The mere idea of disconnecting from the digital world felt like severing a limb. But they knew it was a necessary step. The first few days were the hardest. The instinct to check notifications was so ingrained that their fingers would involuntarily reach for the phone. Every ping from their device was a test of their resolve. The world seemed strangely quiet without the constant hum of digital chatter. They started filling their time with activities that they had once enjoyed. Reading books, stargazing, spending time with their family. It felt strange, almost alien, but there was a certain warmth to it, a sense of belonging that had been missing in their digital interactions. The urge to share every moment of their life online started fading. Instead, they began to live in the moment, enjoying it for what it was, not as potential content for a post. They took up painting, their emotions spilling out on the canvas in vibrant colors, a stark contrast to the monotone of their digital life. But the journey wasn't smooth. There were moments of weakness, a deep longing to return to the comforting predictability of likes and comments. Nights were particularly hard, the silence of their room amplified in the absence of the digital noise. Despite the struggles, Alex held on. They were determined to reclaim their life from the clutches of the digital world. Every day away from social media felt like a small victory, a step towards the person they used to be. The digital detox was a challenge, a fight against their own habits. But it was also a journey of self-discovery, of understanding their true worth beyond likes and shares. Unbeknownst to them, Alex was not just detoxing from social media. They were detoxing from the relentless grip of the social network dilemma. As the days passed, Alex felt a gradual shift within themselves. The world outside their screen began to regain its colors. Sounds became clearer, tastes richer, and moments fuller. The real world, with all its unfiltered messy glory, was coming back into focus. Summoning their courage, Alex decided to reach out to their old friends, the ones they had distanced in their pursuit of online fame. The first few encounters were awkward, a palpable gap marking the time and experiences missed. But their friends welcomed Alex back, their warmth melting away the months of estrangement. Slowly, they began to rebuild their connections, one conversation at a time. They started participating in school activities, their presence greeted with surprise, then delight. The joy of being part of a team, of shared laughter and camaraderie, filled Alex's heart with a happiness they hadn't felt in a long time. At home, Alex made an effort to spend more time with their family. They joined their parents for evening walks, helped their younger sister with her homework, and even planned a surprise anniversary dinner for their parents. The love and appreciation in their family's eyes were worth more than any number of likes. Alex also revived their passion for astronomy, the stars serving as a soothing balm to their digital fatigue. They spent hours charting constellations, their joy of discovery untainted by the need to share it online. The night sky, with its endless expanse, made their social media worries seem insignificant. Each real-world experience was a reminder of what they had been missing, of the simple joys buried under the digital noise. Reconnecting with reality was not just about reigniting old relationships, but also about rediscovering themselves. Every step that Alex took towards their offline life felt like breaking a chain, liberating them from the clutches of the digital world. As they embraced the joy of real experiences and genuine relationships, they were unknowingly carving a path out of the labyrinth of the social network dilemma. Chapter 6. Lessons Learned. With spring came new beginnings. As flowers bloomed around them, so did a new understanding within Alex. The months of introspection, struggle, and eventual reconnection with reality had taught them a valuable lesson. Balance is key. Alex realized that the digital world was not the enemy. It was their relationship with it that had gone askew. Social media, when used wisely, could be a powerful tool, a window to different cultures, ideas, and knowledge. But when it started to replace real-life interactions, that's when the problems arose. Armed with this new perspective, Alex decided to reintegrate social media into their life, but this time with set boundaries. They allotted specific hours for social media, ensuring it didn't encroach on their time for studies, hobbies, or social interactions. They made conscious efforts to not let the number of likes or shares affect their mood or self-worth. Every post they made, every share they did was because they wanted to, not because they needed validation. They promised themselves to keep their digital persona authentic, a true reflection of who they were, not a facade built for likes. The fear of missing out, which had once driven their obsessive scrolling, was now replaced with the joy of living in the moment. Alex learned to put down their phone, to look up and appreciate the world around them. The screen that once held their constant attention now took a backseat, coming out when needed, not out of habit. The transition wasn't easy. There were moments of relapse, of old habits trying to creep in. But each time, Alex pulled themselves back, reminding themselves of the chaos their obsession had once caused. As they navigated this path of balance, Alex found a harmony they hadn't known before. They learned that the key to the social network dilemma was not complete avoidance, but balanced usage. It was a lesson learned the hard way, but it was a lesson well learned. As the school year came to an end, Alex found themselves reflecting on their roller coaster journey through the social network dilemma. From being an enthralled newcomer to becoming a viral sensation, from experiencing the harsh reality of cyberbullying to feeling the isolating effects of digital obsession, they had come a long way. Realizing they could use their experience to help others navigate the murky waters of social media, Alex decided to share their story. They started with their friends, narrating their experience, the highs and lows, and the lessons learned. Their friends listened, their eyes wide as Alex unveiled the reality behind their online persona. The struggles behind the viral posts, the loneliness behind the smiley emojis, the anxiety behind every notification. It was a reality check that left many in thoughtful silence. Emboldened by their friends' reactions, Alex took it a step further. They decided to use the very platform that had once entrapped them to spread awareness. They made a series of posts, candidly sharing their journey, their struggles with cyberbullying, digital obsession, and their path towards digital detox. The response was overwhelming. Messages poured in, people commending their bravery, sharing their own struggles, thanking them for opening their eyes to the potential pitfalls of social media. Teachers at school praised their initiative, and they were even invited to speak at a local community event about responsible use of social media. Alex's story resonated with many, a stark reminder of the fine line between use and overuse, between staying connected and losing oneself. It sparked conversations, made people reconsider their own usage, and most importantly, it reminded them of the world beyond likes and shares. As Alex walked this path of awareness, they felt a sense of fulfillment. Their journey had come full circle, from a novice user to a viral sensation, from a victim of digital obsession to an advocate for balanced usage. They had traversed the full spectrum of the social network dilemma. The story ends on a hopeful note, with Alex looking forward to a future where the digital and real world coexist in harmony, not in conflict. A future where social media is a tool, not a trap. And with this vision in their heart, they step into the summer, ready to embrace whatever comes next, knowing they have the strength to face it.